All right. So, welcome to your first physics lesson, affectionately known as 1.1 metric conversions. Uh, yeah, okay, so let's get started. First thing that you are going to see on your notes is your metric prefix chart. This is going to be very helpful for you when you are doing some of these metric conversions. A couple of things I'd like to point out. This blank spot right here is your base. Go. So everything is in reference to that. So if this was in meters, this would be 1 meter. There are 0.1 meters in 1 decimeter. There's 0.01 meters in 1 centimeter, 0.001 meters in 1 millimeter, and so on and so forth, all the way down to yocto. If you go the other way, it's the same concept. So there are 10 meters in 1 decameter, 100 meters in 1 hectometer, 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. So these prefixes, if you're using this chart, would all be 1, and this multiplier is how many base units you have for that prefix. Hopefully that makes it easy for you. Now, if you were in class, we'd go through, and I would go through these quick practice questions. On your notes, I have them already showing you the answer. I'll go through one of them together with you, just so that you can get an idea of how we're going to do this. Now, there are many ways to convert units between each other. I don't mind which one you use. The one that I'm showing in class is going to be dimensional analysis. With dimensional analysis, what we have is the railroad tracks. So we'll start with number 3. I know that seems a little odd, but number 3 is probably the hardest that you're going to have, so why don't we do that? Start with a hard one. So let's see, we need some space over here. There we go. So we have 97,000 milligrams. And we want to go all the way to kilograms. So our railroad tracks look something like this. Railroad tracks. Whenever you are converting, no matter what science class you're in or what other class you're doing, you want to be able to cancel out your units. So in this case, our chart doesn't have a direct way to go from milli all the way up to kilo, so we're going to have to do a couple of steps. The first one would be going to your base unit. Now, if you, by chance, can do that without, by all means, do so. However, I'm going to go through to the base unit. So milligrams down to grams. Right there. I put milligrams on the bottom. That way, when I multiply and divide, they will cancel each other out. Milligrams divided by milligrams would just be 1. Anything divided by 1 is that number, so it cancels out. I put grams on the top because that's what I'm going to. However, my question isn't going into grams, it wants kilograms. So I'll put grams back on the bottom, kilograms on the top. Like so. All right, then we just need to fill in our ratios or what we're converting at. So there are 0.001 grams for every 1 milligram. I'm doing it that way just so that your chart is more helpful. You can write it as there are 1,000 milligrams for every 1 gram. It's exactly the same answer. I'm just keeping it the same this way. And as for this bottom one, we have 1,000 grams for every 1 kilogram. Now, here's the semi-tricky part. If they're on the top of this line, we multiply. If it's underneath the line, then we divide. So think of it as a fraction, you're dividing. All right, so 97,000 times 0.001, and then divided by 1,000. Hopefully, you come up with this answer right here. All right, thank you very much. That's 1.1 metric conversions. Next, you will see 1.2 metric to English conversions.